Hey everybody, my name is Deanna, and today I've been thinking a lot about the future. Like a lot. And this came upon me because a lot of my friends and people I know are having children, and while, my first thought is to be like, whoa, children, I'm getting into that age where it's not at all uncommon and almost expected. Like within the next 5 or so years, most of the people I know are gonna have children and families, and that scares me a little bit, to be honest, because I am nowhere near ready to have a kid. But I have been thinking a lot about how I want to raise my child, I feel like the values that you want to instill in your children, you must instill in you first. And I think this is a perfect time to start that, because you don't want to be a hypocrite when you're trying to teach your children something and you don't do it yourself. So I figured today that I would share some of these things with you and see if maybe you had a few of the same, or if you had different ones that I just haven't thought about yet. So here are some of the things that I plan to raise my children on: thoughts, ideas, values, etc. I plan to tell my son or daughter that closed-mindedness will only lead you to missed opportunities. True, there are some opportunities that you want to miss, like some of the bad ones, drugs, gangs, stuff like that, but there are a lot of things in your life that could be so amazing, but you would miss it because you would be so closed-minded to the idea. And I don't want that to happen. I don't want them to miss opportunities. Along with that goes the idea that if you don't try, you'll never get it. So I want to make sure that they try their hardest at whatever they want to do. I want to make sure that I lead by example by never talking down about anybody's body. If I do have to talk about somebody's body at all, like if it's any of my business, I want to talk in terms of being healthy and unhealthy, not skinny and fat, because that could bring such a better body image. More of a, how do you feel? Do you feel healthy, instead of how do I look? Do I look skinny? But if I do have a son or daughter that does share some of my characteristics, like for instance, I have really wide hips, that it's not necessarily a bad thing. For instance, as weird as this may seem, they are a way to bring in life to this world, which is kind of a really beautiful thing. They're also connected to legs that can take you wherever you want to go in the world. But I want them to focus on other parts of the body, like for instance, your hands. Your hands can create. They can create the most beautiful things that you have ever seen. You just got to use them. Or your mind. Your mind holds limitless possibilities of what you could do, what you could think up, and it could go along with the creating process. I want to teach my son or daughter how to cook the most unhealthy cake you can think of that uses ungodly amounts of butter, but it tastes dang good. On the opposite side of that though, I want to show them how to cook healthy meals, and that healthy doesn't necessarily mean gross. It can be really good. I want my son or daughter to know that there is beauty in silence, and I want them to find comfort in silence, because you don't always have to talk. There doesn't always need to be noise. And along with that, I find that if you find beauty and comfort in silence, then you can find beauty and comfort in being alone and spending alone time with yourself, because everybody really needs that every now and then. And I want them to almost perfect the art of that, because if nobody in the world is there for you, you're there for you, and you need to know how to be there for you. Ultimately, I want hate and discrimination to be somewhat of a foreign language to my children. I mean, I'm sure through school, through the media, that they're gonna understand and know what it is, but I don't want them to understand why somebody would ever think of doing something like that. I hope that they take that value with them throughout whatever they do in life, and I hope they show kindness and compassion and understanding most of all. I really hope they can empathize with people. I want to teach them basic life skills like how to balance a checkbook and how to do your taxes, because we sure as hell don't get taught that in schools. Another thing that I will never do to my son or daughter is chastise them for any kind of sexual desires. Now I know this sounds kind of weird, because honestly, which would you rather have? Would you rather have a child that comes home with an STD and never gets it checked out because they're afraid to say what they did, because they had to sneak behind your back to fulfill what their body was telling them they wanted to do? Or would you rather have a child that has the knowledge, has the safety, has the preventative methods, and is safe and is healthy about it while exploring their body like they should? Heck yes, it's going to be a little bit awkward, I have no doubt. My child is going to be like, Mom, but I'm going to talk to her about it, and I'm going to let her know that it's okay. Of course, I would prefer that she waits until she's older and emotionally stable enough to deal with the effects that come with it, but if she wants to, I'm gonna help her out, because in any situation you're a lot safer when you have help. But the number one thing that I hope to pass on to my children is how to live. I hope that they explore, and I hope they go try new things. I hope that they travel and that they read all the books that they can. They learn the knowledge and they're excited about knowledge. And I hope that by the end of their life, they look back and think, man, that was totally worth it. But like I said, I am nowhere near ready to have a child, and I don't plan to have one anytime soon. However, these are some of the things that I've been thinking about that I want to tell my children, want to try and raise them by. So if you have anything that I haven't mentioned in this video that you think is just a really rock-on way to raise kids, even if you don't have kids, please let me know in the comments below, because obviously I didn't cover everything. And I know that not everybody is going to agree with everything I said in this video, and that's perfectly okay. We're all different people and we're all going to raise our children differently. But I do hope that you got a little peace of mind from this video. So that's all I got for you today. Wherever you are in the world, I really hope that you're having a good day and that everything is just rock on for you. So I'm going to sign out now, and I'll see all you sexy people later. Bye!